Dynamic. Hello, everybody. I'm Chilling3000 here, and welcome to episode 41 of Chilling3000 Hangouts. And this is the Bumbling Bozos crossover. And as for the other guests, that will be on sometime soon. But as of right now, I'm here with the main host of the Bumbling Bozos, Sabara.
This is the part where I say something.
Oh, Jeremy will be on in a bit. He just told me, so we'll have him on the show soon. And hey, Thunderbirds 501, how you doing? And
Thunderbirds are a
welcome to
go.
yes, I know Thunderbirds 501. Actually, oh yeah, I did have him on.
Great to see you, Chelsea.
Yes. So yes, welcome to the Thanksgiving special here of 10,000 Hangouts. Jeremy will be here in a bit. I think Mike is not feeling good. I think it's something with his teeth and also busy some other things. But Jeremy will be here soon, so stay tuned for that. And well, how did I came up with this idea for the Bobby Bozos Thanksgiving crossover? Well, somewhat inspired from the Rank and Rave 100 episode. I want to do something a little bit like that, but I thought, you know what? Why not do something the Bummy Bozos, Thanksgiving special, but do a little bit more my style. And I'm like, you know what? We'll have some topics, and then sometime maybe in the show, you guys can ask us questions, and maybe here, the people here on the panel can ask each other questions. And I think this will help the show grow, and I think you guys are going to enjoy it. So, how are you doing, bro, on this Wednesday?
Yeah, I'm doing a ride. I'm thankfully tomorrow and Friday I'm gonna have a day. I'm gonna have a day off, so I'm gonna have
Tomorrow,
a long weekend. Yeah,
tomorrow's Thursday, not Friday.
yeah. I'm getting a day off on
Oh,
Friday.
oh, I thought you said tomorrow on Friday. For a minute.
Tomorrow and Friday I get day
Oh,
offs.
uh, but yeah, I think everybody's happy about that, and hope everybody has a great Thanksgiving. I know people in Canada already had their Thanksgiving, but there was already we did our excuse me, we already did a Thanksgiving Canada special. I think it was last month on the show, and that's when my chair fell down on me. Um,
So you wonder why.
so, what topics do you have that want to start us off?
I mean, I didn't necessarily bring that much topics for tonight, but I do want to go over. I may talk about the Dollar Tree fiasco, and I'll be talking about the traditional dinner that we usually do for Thanksgiving at my place.
You can start with the Thanksgiving one.
Okay. We're cutting to the chase. So
Ah,
and yeah, no pun intended.
mhm.
For starters, well, we always have the turkey. Yeah, that's the most important part. And we
Yes.
always have mashed potatoes there. Me, I like it without gravy. Like, I'm not really a big fan of gravy.
Hmm.
Next up, well, green beans, and we eat asparagus, but my mom usually mixes asparagus with bacon, and it tastes really good.
Hmm.
And finally, of course, we had stuffing. And as for
Oh.
dessert, she always makes a pineapple upside down cake, which
Oh
is
wow.
which is one of my favorite cakes.
Yeah. What else do you have on Thanksgiving?
I mean, that's pretty much it. Usually, with the pineapple cake, she usually mixes in like some sort of cookies. She meshes it up, turn it to like a dough, and then boom, she put in like pineapples there, and then put cherries there, and then there's the cake, and it's delicious.
Nice. And that's for me. We used to, do those things with the turkey and all that, but of course, last year, with lockdown, we actually, ordered something from a restaurant, and that got it. Anyway, so yeah, with COVID last year, we actually ordered food from a restaurant because we wanted to do something different, and nobody was, um, we couldn't go out anywhere. Um, so that's what we did that Thanksgiving, and I'm actually going to my relatives, this Thanksgiving, and that's what we'll be doing the same thing for. Um, Now let's talk about uh, the dollar store situation.
Dollar Tree, which
Dollar Tree.
I Dollar Tree, pretty much where people who have the lowest income jobs or people who have no jobs would shop there. It's like a
Yeah.
low budget version of Walmart. I'm not the
Mm-hmm.
biggest fan of Dollar Tree, to be honest.
Uh, I never really been there, and like it
There's
doesn't.
they sell a lot of cheap stuff there, like bootleg, cheaply made products.
Yeah, I'm like, this doesn't really affect me that much. But the thing is, why do they have to do $1.25? I mean, it's been over a dollar for like 35 years. Why do they have to make it a quarter? Oh yeah, taxes or maybe it's politics or something, because like it doesn't make any sense. It's a dollar store that everything in the store is for $1 or less. That's what it's for. Why another quarter? But then again, people are overreacting. I mean, if it was $2, then yeah, that would have been a different story. But $1.25, like I'm just confused of why do they have to do that. It's just like $1.25 instead of a dollar. I'm just like, why? But I think it's time for our next topic, and let's talk about the Xbox situation. I think you heard about this. I think I told you this before. Um, Let me scroll and find the um, Xbox Series X internal battery issue being investigated. Xbox is pledging to look into consoles continue to run after the internal CMOS battery eventually dies. Earlier this year, it was reported that an issue with the PS4 and PS5's internal CMOS battery could one day render the consoles unplayable when the battery eventually dies in the following months. However, Sony announced a software update for both consoles that remained the issue, allowing both PlayStation consoles to continue playing games even after the battery failed. Now, Xbox boss Phil Spencer has said the manufacturer is looking into ways to fix similar issues with Xbox consoles. In an interview earlier this week, Exos, or whatever it's pronounced, Spencer acknowledged that the Xbox team is aware of similar issues with
Phil
Xbox
Spencer.
console. Yeah, that's his name. Um,
You couldn't even say Spencer.
it's Spencer. Phil Spencer.
Phil
It
Spencer. Is he? Chelsea said it best. He needs more than 3,000 subtitles.
okay. Hold on. I can actually spell it. Wait a minute. Philspencer.
What, Phil?
Yeah.
It's Phill.
Phillspencer.
Close enough.
The grass is blue. What? Uh, so yeah, what do you have to say about the Xbox battery issue being investigated?
Honestly, I think they. I honestly think they should have never made the Series X in the first place. I mean, it's still way too early for next gen consoles. The worst part is
Yeah,
go. And the worst part is good luck trying to find one because they're still selling up to like $5,000.
yeah, and found this story today that you know how like the PS5 and all that is like unstocked and all that way. That's what happens when things come very popular. Everybody wants a console like last year, and this is now, especially with the holiday season, it's going to be unstocked, only in stores, and probably for the rest of the year. Um, so my thoughts of the Xbox Series X thing, please get it fixed because I mean I want the Xbox Series X for like the MLB The Show and the new One versus 100 game, but I'm not quite sure when the One versus 100 game is coming out. But the Xbox Series X needs to get fixed. Um, so I'm not quite sure if I'm going to get the Xbox Series X or the PS5 because I'm still thinking about it. I mean, I know you're probably going to be getting the Nintendo Switch, which is better than those two. What speaking of what video game consoles do you have actually?
Oh, so far I got all of the three Xbox. The original one, 360, and one.
Oh, all right. So I think it's time for a little mini interview after this topic. So, all right. So, for those who are wondering, how did you come up with the Bumbling Bozos?
Well, pretty much long. It's kind of a long story. Well, I first created my YouTube account now 10 years, almost close to 10 years ago. Back then, YouTube was like a really small website. It wasn't like the popular the popular cash-in website that it is today. It's a really small place. You just go to the website, post random videos, and it'll satisfy your day. I wanted to do like something like that, and it did. Now looking at it now, it's kind of cringe to watch. But I was a kid at that time.
Mm-hmm.
But then, I mean, I decided to just retire YouTube because, well, frankly, I'm now older now, and with all the new rules that YouTube was doing, it's just not fun anymore. However, I did got a new life in 2015 with when I first watched the Paul Bar 2 review from Alex, and I was like, okay, I think I found my new home, and I've pretty much been a fan of the network for now 6 years, and I've been watching their new stuff. Really do enjoy them. I was there when Penny Game was just like rising up, and then Flix, and then both of us came along. I and I'm still kicking. And then there's at one point I was like, you know what? I think it's my turn for me to do my own show. But now I was like, I don't know how to do it, and I don't even know what I should talk about or who I should bring in. It wasn't until when Jordan was doing one of his chill streams, so I was like, okay, I think I'm ready, and I know exactly who are my co-stars will be. This is Jordan himself, Ben, you, David, and Mike. Then came
Yep.
Valentine's Day, where Jordan originally wanted to do like an exposure video. I'm not gonna say who. Let's just say he wants to make an exposure video on someone. Then we had a talk, saying we had a talk, and I was like, you know what? I was thinking of making my own show, and then
Hmm.
actually now I remember. Basically, I asked Jordan if I could bring all of you guys to the call to see how would you feel about Jordan doing that exposure video, and then that happened. We all and then after that, it went from talks of doing an exposure video to possibly one of the greatest calls, possibly one of the funnest calls I've ever been a part of. Basically, we at that time we were all getting to know each other, and then I asked all of you guys to see if you guys are up for the opportunity, and saying that we all make a show out of this, and if you guys are right, all you guys went full on yes, and I was excited. And this happened on Valentine's Day, and what made it even better is that and it was snowing outside, so and luckily I was inside toasting warm, having a great talk with all of you guys. And then I was like, you know what? And then we came up with the date, and it was the 3rd of April, and there was a lot of hype going on. So pretty much, it's gonna be a big transition for me from being in the chat to now on camera, and here we are. I mean, and it's been a hit. So far, it's been a big hit. People are loving it. I mean, people at the network are really digging it, and I'm just so happy. Plus, I'm actually getting a little bit more subscribers. So pretty much, I just want to create a show just for fun. And the first thing when I was doing my show, the first the first thing that came up in my mind, we're gonna do it on Saturdays. And
And how did you decide to do on Saturdays?
well, pretty much, honestly, there's no really honest explanation. Pretty much, the first thing that came up in my mind when doing a show, I was like, we're gonna do it on Saturdays. Why? I don't know. Like I love Saturdays, and pretty much Saturdays is like people's favorite people's favorite day. You got Saturday morning cartoons. I mean, back in the day, they're Saturday Night Live, and pretty much it's like a lazy day. You don't do anything on Saturdays. Like, people go to church on Sundays, and Mondays and Fridays people got school or work. I was like, you know what? And pretty much I was like, we're definitely doing it on Saturdays. Like, the first thing, that's the day that came up in my mind.
Yeah, yeah. Saturdays are good. I mean, other people's favorite day of the week is Fridays if you're like in school and all that.
Well,
Mm.
with Fridays, I don't think it will work because many people will be
I
feeling.
mean, I meant Fridays is people's other favorite day of the week because it's like you're ending your week at school and you'll have to get up the next day. But so um, so you went the Bumbling Bozos. Now the original name was the Bumbling Five. Now, how did you come up with the Bumbling Five?
Okay, pretty much like when I was kicking around with a title, I was like, we need a title that kind of fits our personality, fits the tone of the show, and pretty much just fits everything. And I pretty much came up with nothing. However, then I remember the story that happened to me on January, which I had a big accidental incident on my bathroom, and I like to call that story my bumbling poo story, my bumbling bubbly poo story. and the name Bumbling, I was like, it's perfect. And then there's 5 of us. I was like, there you go, I found a title. And then with the variety program, that's kind of loosely based on what Jacksepticeye does on his channel. The whole variety channel where he does gameplays, but he mostly posted like other random stuffs and like the meme stuffs, the I know he does skits there. I was like, you know what? That's that the variety program. It kind of fits the title of the show.
Mm-hmm. And then later on, we started with us, Ben, Jordan, and Mike, which I hope you feel better, Mike, by the way. And with later on, we added new people to the show. We added Jeremy, because we thought he'll be good for the show, and he's actually going to be on here in a little while. Chester. Hope you're doing well, Chester. So yeah, Jeremy, and then sometimes we add Jeremy, and then sometimes it was just 4, and then Jeremy 5, and then throw it back on. And we thought, I think someone suggested, forget who, that we should change the name of the show.
Yeah, which unfortunately, there, like when you have a title called Bumbling 5, you expect there to be 5 people and not just 4 or 3 or 2 or even 1. So unfortunately, it deceived a lot of people, and I was like, and at first I was like, well, what is it? I don't even know, like, what is a different title. It wasn't until Veronica gave me that idea, which God bless her soul, and she calls us, it's those Bozos again. And then Mike suggested me that we should change our name to Bumbling Bozos. At first, I don't know, it didn't. At first, I was kind of off with the name change, but then like the more I say it, the more like it actually does roll the tongue better, and the more people like love it more. And considering that when she unfortunately passed, I had no other choice but to change that name to Bumbling Bozos to honor her.
Yep. And which, it's a good title. And, something, creative. Now, what is some of your favorite memories on the show?
Oh wow, that's a good question. Oh my god, there's just like so many. Like each episode, there's always like a memorable moments. Like from like the latest one, I really do enjoy. Like basically throughout that, the latest episode throughout in its entirety, it's just random things. But if I were to pick a favorite, then I will definitely pick the spelling bee one. Probably I would say the booby rants were also great, and the Dr. Seuss stories were definitely one of my favorites.
Oh, the Dr. Seuss one from the last 2 episodes.
Guten Tag.
Hey, Tanner, how you doing? So yeah, and I'm gonna ask the live chat what your favorite memories, because we had a lot of memorable moments, which coming a little bit over a month from now, on December 31st, I'll be launching the best of 2021, and it's gonna be a one time for me to edit. I think last year when I did the best of 2020, it took me a day for me to make it, but I think this time it's gonna take me like 2 or 3 days. So maybe like sometime in the middle of this week, or in the middle of the week from the next month. Failed attempts at a one night stand. What?
Yeah, you'll learn it when you're older.
I thought she went handstand.
Sure, let's go with that. Next
Uh,
question.
Also, for those who are watching, feel free to ask me and about questions about the Bumbling Bozos, and also not just the Bumbling Bozos, but on that too. Um, so, what is your upcoming plans for Bumbling Bozos for the rest of the year, like the awards?
Okay, for the awards, well, at the end of the year, we're gonna do like an award ceremony to basically look back on all the things that we done on 2021. Some great moments, some hit and miss moments, some great, even going over like our favorite videos of the year.
And we also have different categories, which I know one of them is favorite, host, favorite, uh, favorite moments. Um, what other ones did we put on there?
Oh, so like if I go over all of them, we'll be here all night. But basically, like going over like channel of the year,
Oh yeah,
best
champ
meme.
here. That's me. I know Mr. Paris. He does a lot of memes. I wonder where is he? Alex must be sleeping. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the awards. We are going to be announcing it this weekend. Who knows? We might do a video. We might, just do a poll about it. We'll see what happens. But I know it's going to be a good one. So let's do another topic, or actually another question. What you like to do when you're not like on the internet, and just what do you like to do when you have nothing else to do?
I pretty much use this time to pretty much just practice on my voice impressions. I mean, I
What
would.
voice impression is which voice impression is from?
Well, it's really hard to tell. Like it depends on the mood. I feel like if I feeling like kind of like grouchy or just like or having a bad day, I was just do like the Grinch. Or if I'm having a decent day, I will probably just do like the Muppet voices.
Uh, all right. Let me see. What uh, what topic? Do you have anything else to uh ask me about the show?
Well, I guess I guess I can ask you how did you first what was the first time when I said that I want to make a show with you?
Well, when it was after that stream, um, I was happy to be part of the show. Saturdays, good schedule for me. I don't have to do an extra stuff on a Thursday or Friday. Because Fridays, I'm usually tired on Fridays, to be honest. But for me to be part of the Public Bozos, crew, I was very happy that I'm able to be part of it, and I'm excited for the episodes coming for the rest of the year, and I'm looking forward to putting those, better moments in the best of 2021. Um, and I'm just very excited of what the Public Bozos, has to come. And I'm gonna ask the live chat. I'm actually gonna put the. I'm gonna make a banner. Um, is your uh, hold on a minute. There we go. This is for the live chat. What is your favorite Bozos moments? So if any of you in the live chat have any funny moments or favorite moments, feel free to put in the live chat. Of course, one of my favorite moments is from last night, episode 25. With the Dr. Seuss one, like that is that is something that a lot of people need to see because it is a funny moment that I was happy so hard. um, but I think we could go to another topic here. So okay, here's a question. Uh, how does it feel when uh you were part of? How does it feel when you were part of Honor for the first time? That will help the Bumbling Bozos.
Well, it's oh wow, that's an epic story right there. Pretty okay. I guess I can go. I guess I can go back. I guess I can go back in time, as you will. 2020. Like I haven't heard of Arnar before the big episode 29 happened. Basically, Romy and Jordan were promoting the hell out of it, and then I was like, okay, I guess I could check it out. And then I asked Jordan a link to the Discord, and then he asked me, "Wait, are you that Ibera guy?" And I was like, "Yep, that's me." And he was like, "Oh wow, nice to meet you." And I was there, being myself, and I don't know. I mean, I've been kind of on and off with the show. I mean, there are sometimes I watch the show on premiere. There's some that I kind of skipped it. Like I noticed that it feels a little bit like both of us. But once when you and Andrew came in to the scene, I was like, okay, I'll give this a chance. And I
Yeah.
was actually enjoying it for a while. The first episode I was in, it was 41. Brandon was celebrating 1K subscribers, and I was like, jokingly, I said, "Can I be a guest in the show?" Because I was one of those idiots in the chat that is like always like, "Hey, can I be in the next episode? Can I be a guest?" There
Uh,
are sometimes there are some times I didn't expect them to take it seriously, but then Jordan was like being a really nice and really supportive, and I was there back then. They were doing the grade levels, and
oh yeah.
I didn't do so bad. I did decent. And then it wasn't until like when Jordan decided to change his personality a bit, and I was like, okay, now I'm really digging the show. And then I kind of I kind of felt sad to see that you and Andrew weren't being on the show because you guys pretty much create the show.
Hmm.
And then Michael and then Eric was there. I was like, okay, they're not that bad. I'll get used. It's gonna be some time for me to get used to them, but they're not that bad. And then pretty much the whole pizza incident kind of made me stop watching the show.
Oh, what's this? Angel, that was the greatest grade levels. Uh,
It was just unfortunate because
Mike Richards.
sure, which kind of unfortunate because I originally envisioned the big R&R and Bozos crossover on 88.
Oh,
Unfortunately,
because that
Jordan. Hmm,
that didn't happen.
yeah,
But wait
because
until episode 100. But let's get started with 91
yeah. Okay,
or
well,
9 or 19. Money.
okay, so yeah, real. Let me just speed it up. So basically, Jordan wasn't there because of the whole drama thing. Even
Oh
Jordan told
well,
me.
not. It
Hmm,
wasn't really. It wasn't really that. It was his personal stuff.
yeah, and I remember like when I was watching the Descendants 2, Jordan says that I don't think you're gonna be on the guest. I don't think you're not gonna be on that episode. I was like, oh, okay. It wasn't until a week later. Basically, the drama was even worse. At that time, I we've lost Veronica, and Eric just couldn't. Eric just couldn't couldn't bear like any more drama, and he has to take like a quick break. And then Jordan asked me if I could be like a guest host. I was hesitant at first. I kind of wanted to say no, but then I was like, you know what? If I say no, I might never get this opportunity again. So I went on a full on yes. And episode 89, that was my first appearance on me becoming a permanent host. I mean, I was just a guest host at that time, and I did pretty decent. And then came episode 90, same thing. And then 91 came along. Eric was back, and it was just literally the first hour. It's just us rambling about random things, and I loved it every minute of it. I was even having to stop that. Okay, now that Eric is back, I was like, you know what? This is my last appearance. At least I ended up on a bang. But then I remember Jordan says if he's a good boy, he might be a permanent host. Keyword might. And the more episodes, and I was there for even more episodes, and I was now a permanent host, and I just enjoy it. I pretty much just gave like the show like another chance, and I've been seeing like more people on the chat, and they really dig it. Like most of these people are excited to see like what type of random shenanigans I'm gonna do.
Yep. And then episode 100 came.
Yes, that came along, and it's one of my biggest. It's one of my proudest achievements.
Yes, episode 100 is. I gotta see how many views that one has right now.
I think it's like up to 600.
Let me see.
And
yeah, 628.
And I know a lot of people like, and I mean, even though Honor it is it's a variety show, it is mostly well known for wrestling, and I know a lot of people are like, how can you bring this guy who has zero knowledge on wrestling? Why would you bring this guy who has zero knowledge on wrestling to your show? Why couldn't you just bring me on the show? Okay, look, you're right. My knowledge on wrestling is not the best. However, I do have a knowledge on entertainment, and that's what made me qualify for the job. Entertainment.
Yep, and same with, and then around that time I became the producer of the show. So, and then more episodes came. We're currently at episode 110. Episode 111 is will be the Thanksgiving special tomorrow, which I don't think I'm going to be there. But and there's episode 112, which let's just say we have some plans for you all. That's all I'm going to say. But it's going to be good 2 episodes coming up. I'll say that. Now, as for the Bozos, what's this question? What? Let me see. What is some of your favorite moments as for the live chat on the show?
Well, that's you know what? Another reason why I did the show is to see basically it's kind of like a passing the torch kind of scenario. Seeing like I'm pretty much passing my knowledge of me just being funny, like showcasing your personality in the chat, and I'm just passing it onto like the new people on the chat, and pretty much like me give myself a break. And and so far I'm really am digging with Tanner. This guy gets everything. I mean, who knows? Maybe in the next few years he might make his own show.
We'll see.
But if I could be honest, definitely like the jokes from like what Tanner said and what Chuck Jose said definitely were amazing, especially from the latest episode. They were having a field day.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Do you have any other questions to ask for me?
Well, I would like if you weren't doing it on YouTube, what would you do in life?
Um, I think I'll just be doing my other things, traveling and mostly sports and travel. That's the other things I'll be doing. And also, I was still playing games and all that stuff. So that's the other stuff I'll be doing if I'm not on YouTube. I mean, yes, it's Twitch. I could do Twitch, but if it's like non social media, I'll just be doing like traveling and watching sports. But speaking of, I think it's time for a good sports topic because I actually want to, uh, talk about this.
Well,
Um,
sports is pretty big during Thanksgiving.
Actually, before we do that topic, let me go over this topic. Actually, I'll do this topic once Jeremy comes on. Um, because I know he likes video games, and I think he'll be might be interested. Let's just say it has to do with the Nintendo Wii.
Hmm.
Um, okay, here's a question for you. What is your favorite video games?
My favorite video games Conquer Bad Fur Day. Banjo-Kazooie and Conquer Bad Fur Day.
What console are those for?
Oh, both of them are from the N64, but you can't. Well, today you can't play them on the Xbox One.
Uh, alright. Let me see. Okay, here's another one. What is your favorite TV shows?
Favorite TV shows? Well, anything Muppets related aside. Mad TV. Um, hmm. That's a very good question. Like the ones that comes up in my mind would be Rocko's Modern Life, Mad TV, and yeah, pretty much those are the shows that comes up in my mind.
Alright. Alright, let's go. Let me do this. I'm gonna do this sports topic here. Um, let's just say it's about now this is some good news here. Now I think I don't know Chester if you're still here in the live chat. I know we talked about this on the chat last night. Thinking about Vital. Hope I can pronounce his name. He is the announcer for men's basketball, like on ESPN. He is 82 years old, and he's been doing this since 1979. Yeah, 1979. He's been doing this for over 40 years. Now, as for thinking, um, I was watching this live on TV yesterday or last night. I saw this on. I was going on my Facebook when I saw this, and I was like, I saw Theo Bryant and him over do that game, and I was like, I'm gonna see this. And when I saw the introduction, let me tell you, Dickie was crying because he's battling cancer, and he's back on the on his broadcasting. After battling cancer, I believe for like over a month. and just to see that happen was and thinking um for him to do that game was that's gonna be one of the most special games in basketball, and Dave O'Brien was doing it with him. If you guys remember, I did a topic on the show before about Jeremy, who unfortunately passed away last month um, to the cancer. I think it was God. I forget how he passed away. Um, but Jeremy passed away to the cancer, and get this, Dale O'Brien. Some of the guys probably know this, but Dale O'Brien was Jeremy's Jeremy was Dale O'Brien's co-baseball announcer until Jerry's death, and to see Dale O'Brien with Dickie during that game, with Dickie coming back, after you know, doing battling cancer, it was just something I'll never forget, because Jeremy was one of my favorite announcers of all time, and to see that, I mean, I also that never feedback, but just to see that happen, seeing a basketball announcer, come back after a month battling cancer, was just a great moment for basketball. He is the voice of basketball, men's basketball. That is, I'm not quite sure if he's done ABA. You can check. You can check on me on that, Chester. But um, yeah, basically, uh, seeing that moment, it was just something else. I'll never forget. Seeing Dickie come back after battling a month with cancer. Um, and of course, Dave O'Brien being there after a month, he lost. Not even a month. Losing, his co-baseball announcer, Jeremy. So it was a great moment for men's basketball. I mean, I mostly watch baseball and football, but I sometimes watch other sports. But just to see that was, and I watched like the first. I think I watched the first hour of the game. It started 10 p.m. 10 last night, because it was in Las Vegas, and we know that um the time change is Pacific time. So just to see that moment was just something else, you know, never forget. Um, so let me see what other topics I have. Um, what else do you have in mind? Or if you want to ask me, or the topic you have in mind. You
Well,
still there?
yeah, I'm still here, but I guess I can add just a little thing that happened like the beginning of Bumbling Bozos. Basically, what happened is that we're all people are excited. Uh, it was I set the premiere for April 3rd. However, unfortunately, something pretty bad happened to Jordan behind the scenes. Not going to go into detail. Something affected him personally, which unfortunately he had to back up the show. He had to drop out the show. Pretty much, and people thought like I should. People said I should like maybe delay the show for like a couple of weeks, but now it's like I don't know when he's gonna come back. And plus, people are already hyped up for there's already a release date. People are already hyped up for April 3rd. Then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get and I asked like people like Lauren loves movies, Jared Ross as well. However, then I was like, oh wait, Jeremy. And then I asked him if he wants to be like a part of the show, and he's like, sure, I guess. And I was like, great. I sent a link to them. Boom, there he was.
Yes,
And
and he's been a big part of the show.
yeah, and pretty much like if he doesn't come in, I was like, you know what, I should bring in like more people just in case. That's where I bring in like Tyler, then
I actually brought Brian Bogart.
yeah,
You
him
know,
as well.
and who knows? Maybe when 2022 comes, we might add another person. Who knows?
Who knows?
Well, actually, well, it adds it back up because we all know StreamYard. Well, you have the free version of
Yes,
StreamYard.
and I mean I got money, but only cash, not credit.
Oh, wait a minute. Hey there, Jeremy.
Yeah, you think I was gonna miss on this?
How you doing, Jeremy?
Except I was actually somehow expecting more people, but what do I?
Well,
Yeah.
things come up, but tomorrow's Thanksgiving, so people are getting ready for it and all that good stuff. What are you doing for Thanksgiving tomorrow, Jeremy?
Well, first I'm gonna go and work out in the morning because I feel like I'm going to need it. I also haven't worked out in a while. And then I'm just gonna go to my aunt's house with my family, and then we're just gonna go eat and get fat. Maybe I'll
That's
do
it.
maybe I'll do some Black Friday shopping again. I don't know. Maybe I will. There's some stuff I want to get, but at the same time, I kind of want to wait for my trip next week. But at the same time, I want to see if there's a fucking PS5 somewhere so I can finally get one.
Oh my god. Yeah,
What are the
the
chances of that?
PS5.
What are the chances of that?
It's very slim
It's
because
scarce.
the PS5 is like on stock, all the social media. Like I tried looking up one on Amazon on stock. Like it's just a very slim chance that people could get a PS5.
Sony just needs to get their shit together and restock it.
For real. But same with the Xbox, Series X too, like Abara was talking about. Me too.
Which, but also one thing, don't believe in one of those dangerous websites like the ones like that says like new Xbox Series X or new PS5 like for sale for like $50. Yeah, don't believe those kind of things.
Oh yeah, obviously those are obviously scams. Like hell, I'm gonna
Yeah.
fall for that.
Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna do a topic right here, and then I'll ask somebody here a question, and that is the top 30 Nintendo Wii games that are best selling. I tried to find one that's like the most top popular ones, but I'm like, you know what? I don't know, I have no choice to the best selling ones. So I mean, this is not quite sure how long this list is. I think it's over 40, about 40, over 45, but I'm just going to do the top 30. So the first one, the most popular game, Wii Sports for 2006, 76.76 million. Number 2, Mario Kart Wii, 31.91 million. Number 3, Wii Sports Resorts, 29.87 million. And then there's Wii Play, 27.38 million. Number 5 is Super Mario Bros. Wii, it's 25.47. Wii Fit, 22.61 million. Number 7, Wii Fit Plus, 20.24 million. Then there's Super Mario Galaxy, 10.4 million. Number 9 is Super Smash Bros. Brawl, 9.48 million. I know if that's your favorite game out there. Number 10, Bloom Box. It doesn't say how many, but and then number 11 there's Wii Party. It's actually one of my favorite games, 7.68 million. Number 12, Mario Party 8, 7.6 million. Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games, 7.01 million. Number 14, Wheel of Fortune, 6 million. 15, Super Mario Galaxy 2 at 5 million. Just Dance 2 doesn't really say for some reason. Donkey Kong Country Returns, 4.98 million. Link's Crossbow Training, 4.80 million. And then number 19, The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, 4.52 million. 20, Just Dance, 4.3 million. 21, The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, 3.12 million. 22, WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2011. I think Neymar plays that game. 3.2 million. Debo, 3 million at 23. 24, Animal Crossing City Folk, 3.38 million. 25, Terrorist Wii, 3.4 million. 26, Hasbro Family Game Night, game shows hosted by Tom Newton, 3.1 million. 27, Super Paper Mario, 2.28 million. 3 more to go. 28, Big Brain Academy Wii Degree, 2.26 million. 29, Wii Music, 2.65 million. And then number 30, Super Mario All Stars 25th Anniversary Edition, 2.24 million. And as I know, there's another Super Mario All Stars for Nintendo Switch. As well as Nintendo Switch, Nintendo, show you for what you did with the Nintendo 64. So Jeremy, I'm gonna ask you this question. So, what do you do, for fun? Like for those who don't know.
What do I do for fun?
Mm-hmm. Like what do you like to do? Like when you're not working and all that.
When I'm not working, I'm obviously just hanging out with my friends, just relaxing at home, maybe playing video games, maybe working on a project, maybe work on some voiceover, all that stuff. Just very chill and mellow. Maybe I might go watch a movie, maybe I'll just sit down and just binge a show, or maybe I'll just build some Legos, because sometimes building Legos calms me, which is something I
That is
need to
true.
do recently.
Another thing that I think I don't know if I say calm people down, but there's also like cross puzzles, and like one of those, puzzles,
Mhm.
like kind of like a Hangman in a way, but
What is Sudoku?
yeah, I think so. Tell us what voiceover projects that you do.
Well, most of my projects are all on Instagram. There's a few projects that I'm in that I cannot talk about, or else I'll get shot. But one that I
Internet.
can say that I'm working on is a project I've talked about a lot. It's called Rad Mad Adventure. One of my friends, or at least one of my friends, as of recently, from Texas, came up to me. Well, he DM'd me, or in this case, I DM'd him because one of my closest friends was the main character in that, and I thought, wow, this looks really cool. I might want to be in this. And he said, and he was actually happy that I DM'd him about it, because there were at least a few characters that he had me at least read for, because there were a few characters that he wanted me to play, and I did. I was initially set to play 2 characters, but then someone else came in and took one of the characters. Kind of bummed out, but at the same time, it's great because for at least one actor per character, it's kind of better that way. But it's sort of a dystopian, post-apocalyptic action webtoon, because it's a real it's a webtoon right now. They can probably download, and the creator is just currently pumping out chapter after chapter, But in the end, and he's working on animatics and trying to expand the franchise further, which I have mad respects for, and I hope that he does. And it's just it's a great thing. I love being a part of. And like I said, the other stuff that I'm in, I can't talk about unless until they're fully announced because top secret. But yeah, it's something that I'm doing right now as a profession. I want to eventually become a professional voice actor and actually do stuff for like anime, cartoons, video games, podcasts, commercials, all that stuff.
Yeah. That's cool.
And I know you just did like an impressions video of all the characters in Smash.
Yeah, well, at least like the characters that I feel like I could do impressions of. Which some of them were actually in Japanese, which actually wasn't that hard.
Oh wow. Abart, do you have any questions for Jeremy?
I don't like the way you laughed. I feel like you have a terrible question, or at least a stupid fucking question.
Like on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you hate me?
I don't hate you, Uriel. Just ask the question.
Well, okay. Well, real question. What is the one like movie role or TV role, like roles in general that you would just love to play?
Oh man, that's hard. There's at least a few, but everyone says I have the voice of a main protagonist in like an action series or at least like a shonen, which, upon listening to some of the stuff I've done, yeah, I can kind of see that. But some of the stuff I would like to play would be like a main villain. I love doing villainous roles or just being sinister. I'd love to be an edgy rival because those are always fun, and I feel like some of my favorite characters, at least in like anime or video games, tend to be edge lords. I would love to be a goofy best friend, mainly like Ryuji from Persona 5. He's literally just an idiot, but he's a lovable idiot who will always have your back. But it's just like everyone mainly associates me as the main protagonist, which I'm just like, I'm pretty sure there's other people who could probably do better protagonists, but yeah, I could definitely see it.
All right. Here's a question: if you wanted to be a voice actor for any big movie company out there, what would it be?
Any big movie company? Oh wow, that's tough. Probably at least maybe Disney, but I don't really see myself doing at least like any Disney film projects. Maybe I'll do like a Disney show or something like that. Because mainly I want to do like anime and video games, but for a movie company, probably Disney because obviously that's probably like the only answer they can give. Maybe also Warner Brothers, but probably Disney.
What about for video games? If you ever wanted to voice over for video games,
There's so many like franchises that I would love to be a part of for video games. I would love to be the voice. I mean, I would love to be in a Sonic game. I would love to be in probably a Zelda game, Fire Emblem, Persona, Resident Evil, maybe a Pokemon game. But it's hard to choose at least just one because like there's so many games that I've played and I've loved my whole life. But franchises, there's like so many that I would love to voice.
I see you as Sonic. You are Sonic. You got
Well,
the character.
yeah, well, that is unless Roger Craig Smith retires, or at least they get a new voice actor. I would just like try to shoot my shot.
I mean, if you're in the Sonic movie, I'll definitely like shut up, give me my money. I'm gonna be the first one in line.
Well, I mean, no disrespect to Ben Schwartz. I mean, he did a really damn good job as Sonic, but like, I wouldn't. I would love to voice Sonic in at least the main series games, but like, it's probably going to take a while in order for that to happen because we've had a ton of a ton of voice actors who have voiced Sonic in the past, and Roger Craig Smith has been the current voice ever since 2010 with Sonic Colors. So if he goes away anytime soon, and then when I eventually become pro, I would that's one that I would love to play.
Because I know we know that you're a big Sonic fan. I saw you just recently posted about you made a post about Sonic 2.
Yeah, because the game Sonic 2 was actually just turned 29 just recently, and that was actually one of the very first games I'd ever played, and also one of the games that made me a Sonic fan. I've played that game to death, no matter what version it is, the Genesis version, a port, the mobile port, a handheld port. I played the original Genesis games to death, with especially Sonic 2, because that's like a game that I could just definitely go from start to finish no matter what. Maybe try to go after the Chaos Emeralds and all that stuff. It's always a blast.
Yes, and it's probably your favorite game of all time.
It's not my favorite game of all time.
Oh,
There's
okay.
so many. Everyone asks me what's my favorite game of all time. The same with movies. At my same response is I don't have one. There's too many that I love. I have least favorite games, but it's hard to say your absolute favorite, because then you talk about another favorite game, and then another favorite game, and another favorite game. It's hard to say. And there's even games that I still haven't played yet that I really want to fucking play. I really want to play. I plan on getting it soon. I really want to get the new Pokemon game, because one, it's a remake of my favorite Pokemon generation, Diamond and Pearl, and B, it's a new Pokemon game. New Pokemon games are always fun, because like when I heard that Diamond and Pearl were getting remakes, I was like, fucking finally, because that was one of the first Pokemon games I had ever fully completed 100%. It was actually, I think, the only game in my entire Pokemon collection where I had a 100% Pokédex, aside from maybe Pokemon X and Pokemon Sun. So seeing that get remade, it makes me feel like a kid again. I need to get that, and I plan on it soon, because like there's a few games I want to get right now. I want to get the new Pokemon game. I want to get the Demon Slayer game. I want to get the Guardians of the Galaxy game, because I heard that's pretty good, and I want to get Metroid Dread, because Metroid, fucking Metroid. How can I say no? And at the same time, I still need to get that Nickelodeon All-Stars game because of a stupid fucking bet I made online and between my fucking friends. I hate myself sometimes, but then there's some I just want to like try out for the first time. Like I want to play Tekken. I love fighting games, but I've never played Tekken. I know of Tekken because of Street Fighter Cross Tekken and fucking Kazuya Mishima's in Smash, but I've never played a Tekken game, and that saddens me. I really want to play Tekken. Or at least Tekken 7 right now, because of like all the content that it has. And like also like all the characters, because like there's a few guest characters like Akuma from Street Fighter, Noctis from Final Fantasy, I think 15, and then out of nowhere, like I just remember Negan from The Walking Dead was a guest character. I was like, wait, what? Negan? Walking Dead? That's so fucking weird.
I know that Cartoon Network is gonna make their own bootleg Smash game.
The Multiverses. Well, that's a Warner Brothers one. Well, I think there technically is a Cartoon Network Smash Brothers game, or at least a platform fighter. I forgot what it was called, but I just remember it came out, and I was like, wow, this is just like Smash Brothers. But then like this new Multiverses game gets announced, and I'm like, this looks promising, but at the same time, I feel like this is something that I would probably spend so much hours on. Like, I think the game, in terms of like quality, looks good, and they actually have fucking voice actors in it compared to Nickelodeon All-Stars, which doesn't have any. But you can tell that one is just meant to play more like Melee, with it being like faster paced and all that stuff. But at least Multiverses has something in it. Like they do have like some of the characters' respected voices, like Kevin Conroy as Batman, George Newbern as Superman, Macy Williams as Arya Stark, Eric Baza as Bugs Bunny, Matthew Lillard as Shaggy, even though I'm not too big on Matthew Lillard as Shaggy because Shaggy sucks, as he was in those stupid fucking Scooby-Doo movies, which all suck! Anyway, it actually doesn't look that bad.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's called Cartoon Network Punch Time Explosion.
Is that what it was called?
Yeah. Oh wow, it is Smash. Oh,
Yeah, it's essentially a platform fight, which again, there's a lot of platform fighters, which some are better. Some platform fighters are better than others when it comes to like, quality over quantity. But like obviously like Smash is like the most well-known and most well-known versatile. But there are some other ones that, a lot of people talk about, like maybe PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale, maybe again Nickelodeon All-Stars, but the hype for that died almost immediately. But then Multiversus is coming out, which actually does look fun. At the same time, it's not something I'm really going to spend too many hours on. But again, thankfully, the game is going to be free to play, which is great. And I think it's going to be updated like a lot with like, newer characters, newer stages and stuff like that. And again, it looks fun. I just hope it's good. And I fucking hate that they had to do the stupid fucking Ultra Instinct Shaggy thing. I hate that. I'm beginning to hate Scooby-Doo because of that. Because like, oh, Shaggy can definitely be Goku. Oh, Shaggy can definitely be this. No, Shaggy's a fucking stoner. He's an idiot. Shaggy can't do shit. Get the fuck out of here with your Scooby-Doo memes and shit, man.
Scooby-Doo memes. Well, back to Smash, bro. What were you saying, bro?
Smash Brothers.
I mean, they brought back the Big Chungus meme, so
everything has done that now. I think Warner Brothers has considered it canon because they used it in one of their games. It was a reference in Space Jam 2.
Back to what I was saying about Smash Bros. I do remember that you were talking about this on a previous episode from Bozos, and
I ranked
it's
my
about
favorite
the characters.
I ranked my top 10 characters, and I ranked my favorite DLC fighters from best to worst, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, and as for this from Smash Bros, I'm just like, why are they adding these unnecessary characters that nobody talks about that are Nintendo fans?
Oh God, I can only.
I mean, yes, the one that's
I can only imagine the characters that you're gonna mention. I feel like I might like some of the characters that you mentioned.
Like, come on, like, why are they adding these characters that to the DLC or whatever it's called?
DLC, the downloadable character.
DLC. Yeah, and like every time there's a Nintendo Direct, I'm not quite sure when the next one's going to be. Probably not until next year, and there as well. But every time I watch a Nintendo Direct, I'm going to expect an announcement of Super Smash Bros. DLC. Because that's what they like to do. Every time there's a Nintendo Direct, they'll add a new character in the game that nobody cares about.
Because that's what everyone because that's what everyone's expecting. They're expecting a new character reveal.
Yeah. And I'm just like, who cares? Because of what we want to see is actual good games from Nintendo. Yes.
Well, most of the DLC.
You're supposed to play the video game.
Well, most of the DLC characters are from beloved games, essentially, or at least like games that are like really popular. Because you're not going to add a character from a very, very obscure game, or at least like a very, very old game.
Yeah, like an old game from like the 90s. But like, the thing is, people say like, you're supposed to play the video game first before you give an opinion on it, right? Like, that's what we want to see. Not that nobody cares about.
Mm-hmm. Well, what's a character that you think that no one cares about? Just let it in on me.
It's obvious. In terms of Smash, come on, it's obvious. Steve.
Well, there were a lot of people who were actually expecting Steve in Smash. When I saw it, I was like, they fucking did it, and I hate it. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah. like pretty much the characters from like those Zelda games or from games that I never really heard about. Like, I just don't get. Yes, they do this for the money, but Nintendo doesn't really listen to the fans, to be honest.
Well, it's not mainly Nintendo's decision. It's mainly Sakurai's decision on like which characters get in the game.
Yeah. What's your final thoughts on that? What Smash Bros. Going forward? Because I think they're pretty much coming to the close of the DLCs, if I'm right.
Yeah. Well, they said that Sora would be the final DLC for Ultimate. So maybe if they make another game in the future, they'll probably add more characters. But again, let's not jump to conclusions too soon, because this is probably like the biggest game that they've had yet, with like every single character from every single Smash game in the fucking game. Like it's what more could you ask for, essentially? Because like this isn't like Brawl or Smash 4, where they have a good majority of the characters from previous games, but they're not gonna cut out someone like, I don't know, Ice Climbers or Snake. But like Snake, the reason why Snake wasn't 4 was mainly because of like copyright issues between Konami and Nintendo. But I guess with Ultimate, they were like, yeah, I mean, you can go ahead and use them.
Yeah. So, I mean, probably maybe for the next few months, maybe less news about DLCs. I'm not quite sure when is the next game of the franchise for Smash. Probably not until like maybe a year or 2 or 3.
Oh no! The new Smash game won't happen in a few years, probably until Nintendo comes out with a new console.
Yeah, they always do that.
I don't know what they're gonna do if they're gonna make a new console.
Give it like 5 or 6 years until they come out with a new console, because like the Switch is already like doing so fucking well with like sales and just like the market in general. It's like, let's not at least jump to. It's not like the Wii U, which was like which was like, it's not like the Wii U, which barely had like any exclusives, barely had any games, and was just like a failed console during the generation that had the PS4 and Xbox One. No. The Switch came out and it just like became like Nintendo's like biggest selling system in like years. I mean, plus the Switch the Switch has like better exclusives than the Wii U in general, because we got, again, Smash Ultimate, we got Breath of the Wild, we got Mario Odyssey, we got Luigi's Mansion, we got Metroid Dread. There's like so many exclusives that this system has compared to the Wii U, because like the Wii U had, obviously like Smash 4, but they did have like most of the stuff were just like upscaled remakes, like the Wind Waker remake, Twilight Princess remake. They didn't really have an original Zelda game, unless you want to count the Wii U port for Breath of the Wild. And then, but obviously, I think like the biggest system seller for the Wii U was obviously Smash 4, Mario Kart 8, and maybe Mario 3D World. But aside from that, the Wii U was just
Mario Maker.
Mario Maker. But that came out during like last year during the Wii U cycle, because I guess you could say that like the Wii, I think during that time the 3DS was technically more popular than the Wii U, because that had a bit more exclusives and stuff, whereas like during its last year, 2016, I think that was like the worst. I think that was like one of the weakest years for Nintendo, because they basically had no system sellers, or at least like nothing really good coming on. I mean, obviously, we had stuff like Pokken Tournament, we had another Mario and Sonic game, there was that one Star Fox game, but those were games that like no one really wanted to play, because like at that point everyone was just like, all right, when's the new system coming out? The next year Switch comes out, boom, instantly becomes fucking moneymaker. And I got my Switch the year it came out. I got it during December of 2017, which, funny story actually, it was actually during a day when Comic-Con tickets went on sale in San Diego. So I figured, you know what, let's try and get it, because it's probably not going to work. I waited for like 3 hours in this fucking waiting room to see if I can get a ticket for Comic-Con. Nothing happened. I was like, fuck it. This is terrible. This is rigged anyway. I'll just wait for until WonderCon tickets go on sale, which thankfully isn't a waiting room. You can just buy your WonderCon tickets like that. Like, fuck, and I gotta get them next year when they start going on sale. So I figured I have some money. I have Meliodas just fell. But I have money. I have money in my bank account. I have a shit ton of money in my savings. Let's buy a Switch because I really don't want that as a Christmas gift. So I figured, fuck it, I'll just buy a Switch, maybe a controller or two, maybe a few games, and I did. Thankfully, they had Switches on sale for the holiday season. I got myself a Switch. I got Mario Odyssey. I got Breath of the Wild, and an extra Pro controller, and it was one of the happiest moments of my life. And then after that, I went and saw Coco in theaters that same day. No fucking joke. And I've had my Switch ever since. Thankfully, it's not dying on me and it actually works really well. Again, just need to update my games a bit more. I need to get, a few more games for it. But it's doing well so far. It's not the Wii U.
Yeah, and Tyre here. The Tyre. Let me get rid of this.
Who's bringing the spam for Thanksgiving? I don't like spam!
Okay, Ben.
Anyway. So yeah, I think as for you made a good point about the Nintendo Wii U because the 3DS is more popular than I think it came out like in 2013. The DS.
2011. It came out in 2011. The 3DS actually didn't do well on its first year, but then I think around like 2012 to 2013, that was when the 3DS really started to take off in popularity.
Yeah, I got my DS in 2012. I remember that. And how they're tired. Like about the Wii U, I don't remember a Wii U game that was very popular. All I can remember is the Mario Kart 8 and the Mario Maker. That's all I can think of.
I think the other popular games were mainly just system bundles. Games like Mario 3D World, Smash 4. I think there was a Twilight Princess, Twilight Princess HD. I think there was a bundle with that, a Wind Waker bundle. But I think it was mainly just like, Mario that was like really popular on the Wii U. Because like I said, Splatoon. Well, because like I said, the Wii U didn't really have an actual original Zelda game. Because all they had were just ports of were HD ports of like Zelda Wind Waker and Zelda Twilight Princess, with I think Breath of the Wild being the last game that they released for the Wii U, which was also the first game that was released for the Switch. But at that time, that was like the most anticipated Zelda game. And people were expecting it to come out like this year, then it just comes out the year the Switch comes out.
Yeah. And actually, I think Nintendo Switch was like.
Because actually, now that I think about it, I think 2017 was just a goated year in general. I can't think of like any other year that was like perfect for like anything. When it comes to stuff like video games and movies, anime. When it comes to video games, like obviously, 2017 had stuff like Mario Odyssey, Breath of the Wild, Sonic Mania, Persona 5, Nier Automata, Tekken 7, Injustice 2. Everything was just so fucking good in 2017. Movies came out too. Spider-Man: Homecoming, Disaster Artist, It.
Love that movie.
Which one?
The Disaster Artist. Love that one.
Oh yeah. 2017 was just a goated year in general. Also for me, like things were just like so good for me in 2017. That's just a year I wish I could just repeat, no matter what.
Yeah, I remember when the Wii U came out. Like there was like a lot of hype building up, and then when it came out, good boy.
I actually got a Wii. I still have my Wii U, but mine was a Christmas gift from my mom after I asked for it because first of all, it was Nintendo's new console, and second of all, there was one game I wanted at the time, and it was the only game I think that really came into my mind as to why I wanted a Wii U, and it was a Wii U exclusive, and it was Sonic Lost World. I just remember thinking, "Oh boy, new Sonic game! It's on a console I don't own yet. Shit, I need that." Nowadays, it's just shit. I need a PS5 for all these PS5 exclusives.
Which with good luck, with good luck, you're gonna need it.
I know because like so they have like so many good exclusives right now that I just want to buy them right now, or at least I don't know, because they got Miles Morales, they got Ratchet and Clank, they got Returnal or whatever it's called, they got the director's cut of Ghost of Tsushima. I mean, all these eventually. I mean, they do have PS4 ports, but come on, it's the PS5, and they got Spider-Man 2 coming out on that. Like, what the fuck? I need that.
Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah.
I know. I need that. I need Ratchet and Clank.
But yeah, like, oh shoot.
Which I
But,
think is actually one of the games that's nominated for Game of the Year at the Game Awards this year.
Oh yeah, I think I think it's like nominated for almost every category.
I think another game that I could just think about that is nominated is Resident Evil 8, which I'm like, yes, good. That was a great game. Metroid Dread, haven't played yet, but I want to. The RPG of the year, our nominations are not that great. Well, most of it is, but Cyberpunk is listed, but I'm just like, no one fucking liked Cyberpunk, so why have that included? Instead, why not add something like Persona 5 Strikers, a game that a lot of people play? But I'm so thankful that Scarlet Nexus is added in Best RPG because that game is a fucking banger. I know it's most likely. I know it's most likely not going to win for RPG of the year. It's most likely going to go to Shin Megami Tensei 5, but it would be nice if it did win because that game was fucking great.
Which I don't really know why they put in Cyberpunk for this year's Game Awards. I thought it came out last. I think it came out last year.
It came out late last year, like in December.
There you go. It still counts as a 2020 game.
I was going to buy Cyberpunk when it came out, but I ended up not doing it.
And reasons for that, it's quite simple. They rushed it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's like compilations of all the glitches and like just broken moments of the game. It's quite sad because people were really hyped up for this.
I only wanted to play because of Keanu. That's literally the only reason why I wanted to play, because of Keanu.
You're breathtaking.
I know he is. So what a loving man. Just remember when Keanu Reeves was just like someone who existed, and now he's just like, oh shit, Keanu Reeves is badass and fucking cool.
He's literally one of the most wholesome people in the world. Like,
yeah,
my favorite Keanu Reeves moment is when he was doing like a kind of like one of those kind of like an interview, but they bring in like puppies. It's just too damn adorable to watch.
You can't make me hate Keanu Reeves. Like, especially after watching movies like John Wick, you just can't make me. And I've actually never seen the Matrix movies, and I'm fucking hyped for Matrix 4. Like, I see that trailer and I'm like, shit, I gotta watch the Matrix movies.
Yeah. Now, speaking of like the PS5, I saw the PS5 showcase like earlier this year, and when I saw the PS5 showcase, I was just like, nothing really interests me because not many of the games were looked familiar to me, or like from the PS4, but I'm not really sure what is starting to come for the PS5. What are your thoughts, Jeremy, of the of what the future has for the PlayStation 5?
Well, obviously, the PS5 is obviously going to get better and eventually will get restocked. But as of now, the PS5 is literally just 1 year in its life cycle. And, it's got, from what I've heard, a decent amount of games and, some system sellers like Spider Man Miles Morales or Returnal or Ghost of Tsushima or Ratchet and Clank. But at the same time, there's already like more games coming out that are going to be even bigger, like maybe like a new Naughty Dog game or a new Naughty Dog project, or Insomniac's already got like a bunch of shit on their hands. They got the new Wolverine game. They got Spider-Man 2 coming out in 2023. There's a Final Fantasy game coming out whenever, but like obviously it's gonna get better in terms of like sales.
Yeah,
and also like exclusives.
I hope that's what open message me. Um, but I think it will definitely last longer than the Wii U.
Anything has lasted longer than the Wii U.
Which I know the PS4 it kind of had like it kind of went through the same thing as what the PS5 was going through. Like
oh yeah, it did. The PS4 when it came out didn't really have anything on its line. I mean, they had like a few games, but nothing really came out until like years later. Because now the PS4 has stuff. Well, eventually when the PS4 came out, it had HD ports of like some of the games on PS3, like Uncharted and Last of Us. But now the PS4 has stuff like Spider-Man, Uncharted 4, God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn, Street Fighter 5. I said Spider-Man already. Last of Us 2. Fuck it. Let me just look at my PS4 games, the exclusives that it's got. Again, Spider-Man, Uncharted 4, Persona 5, Nier Automata, Last of Us 2, Guilty Gear, Ghost of Tsushima, Final Fantasy 7 Remake, Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. When that came out, that was initially a PS4 exclusive until it got ported to the Nintendo Switch and Xbox.
Yeah. But
also Spyro as well.
Oh yeah, the Spyro Reignited trilogy. That was initially. Well, I think that also came out on Xbox when it came out. Until then, it got ported to Switch, which I do own on PS4 though, because original hardware. Because Spyro was originally PlayStation, so fuck it, just support how it originally was meant to be played.
I mean, it makes much more sense.
And like Xbox, I can't think of any Xbox exclusive that's not Halo.
Yeah. And I know many people would say, well, what about Forza? Well, it doesn't really count. I mean, it's story driven.
Well, no. Well, when I mean system sellers, I mean like exclusive games that are like exclusive to Xbox, which is why I only think Halo is just the only thing I can think of. Forza is something, yeah, that's also an exclusive to Xbox. Cuphead, which originally was an Xbox exclusive, is now playable on Switch and PS4.
Yeah. But about the PS5, haven't really, got into the PlayStation games because, well, I mean, yes, the PS5 is new. I'm gonna try to get back, doing some video game stuff, by the end of this year and into next year. Because there's been, so busy, but with the PS5, I hope good games will come to the PS5.
We already got some good games already for the PS5. Again, Miles Morales,
Yeah.
Ratchet and Clank, Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut. But like, I mean, we got Spider-Man 2 coming out. That's
Yeah.
like the
I heard
most
about that.
anticipated. That's like the most anticipated game for the PS5 right now.
Yeah, it's like one of the most. I think it's one of the first popular games so far with the PS5.
Yeah, because like Spider-Man on PS4 exceeded everyone's expectations and just blew everyone. I just remember being there, midnight launch. It was such a fun experience. I got the game, the collector's edition, because sometimes I'm a greedy bitch and I like goodies inside, especially a figure. And I played it till like 3 a.m. I was like, fuck, I want to play more. I gotta go to bed. And then I just played it within a few weeks and I platinumed it. It's one of the only PS4 games in my collection that I've actually platinumed.
Yeah.
But my very first PS4 game, not counting the Uncharted collection because that was bundled with the system, was actually Batman Arkham Knight. The Batman Arkham games are so fucking great. They're like some of the best open world superhero games ever. And and I was like so ecstatic for Arkham Knight, and my brother got it for me as a Christmas gift. And then with like some Christmas money, I got some other games for it. I got Last of Us Remastered, which was already one of my favorite games for the PlayStation 3. And then I got Mortal Kombat X because Mortal Kombat fan, and I also wanted something. I also wanted a good multiplayer game at the time, and thankfully Mortal Kombat X was coming out, or it did come out.
Mm-hmm. And Jay said this: there is a new RWBY game coming out in 2022.
I do not like Ruby. I am sorry.
Ruby. Yeah, never heard of that game to be honest.
It's a popular anime on Rooster Teeth. It's not one of my favorites, but it has one of my favorite voice actresses. So I'm supposed to like it, but I can't. Because I think there are some decent anime games out there right now. I think the Attack on Titan games are like really fun hack and slashes, but most of the anime games that you see nowadays are just like generic arena brawlers, like the My Hero Academia games, or just like the Dragon Ball games, or at least the Naruto games, which I haven't played because I'm not into Naruto. But I heard the Demon Slayer game is really good.
Yeah.
Which I think is actually one of the games that's nominated for Best Fighting Game this year at the Game Awards, which another one is the obvious answer is Guilty Gear Strive, which is just a work of art in terms of like, 2D fighting games.
Interesting. What else? What games are you playing right now while you're looking forward to the games coming out like the rest of the year into 2022?
Right now I'm not playing anything aside from maybe Genshin Impact, but that's just a free to play game on like anything. It's free to play on mobile. It's free to play on PC. It's free to play on PS4. I've just been playing it because everything else I've played already. But again, hopefully this week or in the next few weeks, I can get my hands on the Guardians of the Galaxy game, Pokemon Diamond. Well, I'm most likely going to go for Diamond because I had Diamond growing up, so I'm going to get the Diamond remake, not Pearl. Oh, fuck, what were the other ones? Metroid Dread, I really need to get that. And finally, the Demon Slayer game. And thankfully, I'm going on a trip in a few days. And thankfully, there's yeah. Well, no, not for Thanksgiving. Just in general. I'm going to New York, and I'm going to New York next week. And I've been there before, but I'm excited to go again. And I can't wait to go back to the Nintendo store and spend basically half of my fucking savings on it. Because I know for a fact I'm going to at least buy something there. Whether I'm definitely going to buy a game. Probably Metroid or Pokemon. Maybe both if I'm up for it. Most likely both. Yeah. I have to buy at least a shirt or a figure. But
yeah, buy something to remember from your vacation.
Yeah, because I remember when I went last time in Nintendo New York, I bought a hat that said Nintendo NYC, which is something that I would like to get. I want to at least like get a shirt that says like Nintendo NYC, or at least just like a cool shirt of like Mario in New York City, which is great. I mean, there's also like a Lego store down there, but I think to myself, I'm not gonna like build a Lego down there. I'll just wait till it gets out. It's like, here's the thing right now. I mainly like building vehicle Lego sets. I don't really like building sets because it's just it looks cool, but at the same time, I like vehicles, like cars or ships. I want to get the fucking Batmobile from the new Batman movie that's coming on next year. I saw it once a few weeks ago at a mall that I was at. I don't know why I didn't buy it when I should have, but now it's hard to get. But at the same time, they have the fucking 60s Batmobile, and then they have the Bat Tumbler from the Dark Knight trilogy. I think to myself, which do I fucking buy? Or should I just skip the Batmobile and just go for fucking Boba Fett's starship from Mandalorian? Because that's fucking Boba Fett's ship. It's from Mando. I'm going to say no to that? Fuck.
Yeah. Oh, and Chase's 2K22. Yeah, let's just say trade 2K22. I think it's gonna go down. What happened to WWE 2K20? Yeah, I say more.
I don't
Anyway,
really play any of the 2K games. I'm not really into sports games in general.
I understand that.
Lucky man.
Well, at least I've played a few in my life. I played NBA 2K11 with my brother back when we had that. But like the sports games I only play nowadays are like the Mario sports games because you don't really need to be.
Those are fun.
You don't need to be a sports fan to enjoy Mario sports games like Mario Tennis, Mario Strikers, or just
even,
like
or even Mario Super Strikers. That was a fun game.
Yeah, like you could just because they're just like comfortable and fun experiences.
Plus, they had like different rules as well.
Yeah, exactly.
But and also like the settings are not hard, and they don't have like story mode or anything. Like I know there's like a story mode in like an NBA game I have, which I might actually make a series out that. I want to do my gameplay series like on my YouTube channel next year of like the games I have. I think that's one movie too. I have a Star Wars game. I think my November and I think
which Star Wars game? Because there's like tons of them.
I gotta get my PS4 game. Hold on.
Because like there's a ton of Star Wars games. Like obviously like one of the most popular is obviously Lego Star Wars. But like everyone has at least played that in their life and it's fucking great. You cannot prove me otherwise. I remember Jedi Fallen Order coming out. That was really fucking good. I went into that not expecting much, but when I played it, it just blew me away. I think that's like the best Star Wars game in years. And hell, Battlefront 2 actually got better as it went on.
This is why
Oh yeah, Battlefront 2, when that came out, it was really bad, not gonna lie. But as it went on, it actually got better and better because they added new modes, they added, more matches and stuff like that, and they added more characters for like, the heroes versus villains mode. Even characters from like the original trilogy and the prequels, which I'm just like, fuck yes, that means Obi-Wan Kenobi's in the game. Hell yeah. But at the same time, it's gotten better and better as it went on. Like the campaign mode in Battlefront 1 sucks. No, in Battlefront 2 it sucks though. No one plays Battlefront 2's campaign. But like I still think that Fallen Order is the better game, especially when it comes to like that generation of Star Wars games because, in some ways it's open world, it's exploratory. It's got, great combat, great story that ties into the Star Wars universe.
Mm-hmm.
And like, because I just remember getting really excited for Fallen Order because it was like a Star Wars game I've wanted my whole life. And when I played it, it was so fucking good. I haven't 100% the game, but god damn it, would I admit if it wasn't hard. Also, I wouldn't lie if I said I was spoiled by the game because I just remember I was getting stuck on a puzzle, and then like, so obviously I look it up on YouTube like how to solve it. And then on the recommendation list, it's Darth Vader scene, Star Wars Jedi Fallen. I'm like, why? What the fuck, man? I'm just trying to solve a puzzle. Don't spoil me with Vader yet.
But yeah, I'm a Star Wars fan myself, which is basically like the only movies I watch, to be honest. I don't watch any, unless if it's like, Popper or some, but this is like Star Wars. It's mostly like the only movies I
Oh
watch.
yeah, I love Star Wars, but like, there's like other movies that I watch too. There's some that I haven't seen yet, some I need to see.
I know
But
there's I know there's a Mario movie coming out in 2022.
but there's the Obi-Wan movie. Well, not Obi-Wan movie, the Obi-Wan series coming to Disney Plus next year, which thankfully looks great because it's got Ewan McGregor back as Obi-Wan, but it also has Hayden Christensen back as Anakin. I'm just like, yes, thank you. But next year for Star Wars, obviously there's The Mandalorian season 3, and I think at the end of this year they're coming out with the Boba Fett show on Disney Plus, which
Yeah.
which I keep forgetting is coming out until someone mentions it. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. But like this year, they only really had the Star Wars Visions anime on Disney Plus, which was fucking great. I did not want Star Wars anime until I watched Star Wars Visions. It was so good. For a good majority of the shorts were great. Some were pretty bad though.
Yeah. Like, oh, by the way, Jerome, if you're watching this, I know your favorite character is Char Char.
No,
Anyway,
no,
It's a
no,
pizza massa.
no. Obi-Wan will always be the best. Obi-Wan
I mean,
Kenobi.
if I had to choose my favorite character, it would have to be Darth Vader, to be honest.
Okay. Everyone says that Darth Maul is like better in every way, and I'm like, he kind of isn't in Episode 1, but in Clone Wars and like everything else that he's in, yeah, he is.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many Star Wars characters I lose track. But
There's so many.
yeah, like I only know like the main ones, but I think who knows, like usually around this time of year is a good time to watch Star Wars. So maybe I might try to find something online. Well, actually, I think I have DVDs of Star Wars, so I might get back to watching that, and then maybe sometime there this year I'll do like a walkthrough of this game on my channel.
There's a few movies that came out recently that I haven't seen yet because I haven't gotten the chance to see them yet, and also because I haven't had any motivation. But I
Mhm.
still need to see Ghostbusters. I
Oh
still need
yeah,
to see I still need to see Resident Evil, and I still need to see Encanto, the new Disney movie.
and people say out there, "Oh, you have to see every movie that comes out."
No, I'm that.
You
Oh,
wanna say
I'm that.
Heck,
I'm that fucking guy. I'm that guy who watches anything that comes out, whether it's good or bad.
I mean, yeah, like if people say, "Oh, that's what you have to do," well, it depends of what you want to see, you know.
I mean, I want to see Ghostbusters because it's Ghostbusters. Who doesn't love
Yeah.
Ghostbusters? I want to see Resident Evil because it's finally not a Resident Evil movie that centers around Mila Jovovich's stupid fucking character that's nothing like the games and only has characters in the games which are nothing like the characters. And I just want to see Encanto because it's a new Disney movie. Whenever a Disney movie comes out, it makes me feel well. I mean, there are some that I don't like. Looking at you, Luca, you piece of shit. But I just want to see that. I mean, December is going to have Matrix 4, Spider-Man No Way Home. And I think that's about it in terms of big releases.
Yeah, I'm not really like a big movie like fan person because, like I said, I'm interested in other stuff. But if there's like a movie out there and that interests me, which not much anymore, I'll watch it. But like I said, I mostly watch Star Wars and other movies like from other past sequels, like for example, Monster Inc. or um Toy Story maybe, or those type of movies. Like
I know that I know on Disney Plus that new Home Alone movie came out.
Oh yeah.
I haven't seen it yet. I plan on watching it just for the fuck of it. I haven't seen.
Oh my god.
Well, that new Diary of a Wimpy Kid movie comes out in December soon. I hope that's good, but like at the same time, you can't replace the original, especially when it has Daddy Roderick, my Lord and Savior.
All I'm gonna say is about the new Home Alone movie. I have no idea why they want to do another Home Alone movie part of the franchise, even though it's been like 10, 15 years since they done
It's
the last one.
it's a
I don't
fact.
know.
You can't. It's a fact. You can't beat the first two,
Yeah,
especially number two.
it's
I don't know.
especially number
I don't
two.
know. I don't
Yes.
know why people say that that Home Alone 2 is bad. I'm like, no, it's
That
fucking
was
not. It's
good.
No, yeah.
it's fucking good.
I
It's
It's
was fan.
hilarious.
I will
Yeah.
fight you if you say Home Alone 2 is bad. There are a few movies that I will defend till I die. Home Alone 2 is one of those. Another one I'll
Same.
defend is like, I don't know,
That's
I'm a bit biased towards this one, but fucking Emperor's New Groove is like my favorite Disney movie ever. And I feel like that's one that everyone loves.
and
Fucking
I'm
Space
gonna say
Jam,
this.
the first Space Jam movie. That's a movie that I will defend till I die.
I would say this. I'll just chuckle say this. Like the Home Alone movie 2. That is the movie I want a debate. I will win a debate on.
You can't say it's
But
like
there's
Home
no
Alone 2.
debate.
I mean, I can kind of get why some people might not like Home Alone 2 over Home Alone 1, but I'm just like, it's not bad. It's
It's
fucking
the
good.
it's the
It's good.
originals. It's the originals with the original characters. That's the
That one has a lot of heart.
Home Alone 2 is
Yeah.
way better than Home Alone 1. I will fight anyone who says that they I mean, okay, you could prefer Home Alone 1 over Home Alone 2, but I will fight anyone who says that Home Alone 2 is bad.
The
How
scene,
can
the
it be
scene
bad?
with the scene with the old lady and the pigeons.
Oh
That
my
always gets
God.
me.
So good. So good.
And when they went to that old house and paint falls on the bad guys, I'm just
I try to watch Home Alone 2 at least once a year every Christmas because like
yeah.
I can't think of like any movie that I normally tend to watch on Christmas
on,
that
man.
isn't Gremlins because like that's the only movie that comes to mind because there are a few Christmas movies I've actually never seen. I've actually never seen Nightmare Before Christmas, and I told this to my cousin once, and then she was like, "What? What the fuck is wrong with you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not proud of myself for that either." But at the same time, I think to myself, why haven't I seen Nightmare Before Christmas? What's wrong with me? And I ask
I've
that
seen that.
question a lot. I have
I
to
think I've
watch
seen
it.
that.
I know Nightmare Before Christmas, at least its story, mainly through Kingdom Hearts. But at the same time, I gotta sit down and fucking watch that. It's like, what Thanksgiving movie exists?
I mean, there's like one movie from like Peanuts about like the Pilgrims or something, but that's it.
Peanuts doesn't count. Well, the
Yeah.
Peanuts specials don't count because like I'm talking about like actual movies that like take place during Thanksgiving. Because like Christmas, there's a lot, and even like the non-Christmas movies are like not meant to be Christmas movies that take place on Christmas.
Yeah.
You know, like
Die
Die
Hard.
Hard. Die Hard's the prime example of like an actual Christmas. Iron Man 3 is technically a Christmas movie.
I mean, there's like still like good like, of course there's like Halloween movies, but there's no really Thanksgiving movies. Like I can't think of one Thanksgiving movie except the Peanuts, but that doesn't count like you said.
Well, there is one Thanksgiving movie, which is it's like an animated movie starring
Nice.
Owen Wilson.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say like the only quintessential Thanksgiving movie that everyone watches is Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
In a way, yeah.
Yeah, but like in the end, no one. It's a fact. No one gives a flying fuck about Thanksgiving. It's like after Halloween ends, you just jump to Christmas.
I mean, Thanksgiving is supposed to be the start of the holiday season. Okay, I'm gonna say this.
No. Halloween starts. I will fight anyone who says that Thanksgiving starts. Halloween literally just gets me pumped for the holidays.
Yeah, like because it's like Halloween first and then Thanksgiving and then there's Christmas. Like even though people, don't get days off on Halloween, but still, like
I also can't think of like any other good Christmas movie now that I think about it, aside from maybe like Home Alone or like Christmas Story, or hell, even Nightmare Before Christmas, even though I haven't seen it.
I've seen Christmas Story, the musical, I think.
I hate musicals.
What if there was a Barney musical?
There is.
You would know.
Uh,
You wouldn't know, Uriel. How the fuck would you know? How the fuck do you know that?
One answer, Ben. Need I say more?
I mean, because like I think the only other Christmas movie that everyone just like gets excited for is probably The Grinch. But I'm
Yeah.
honestly not the biggest
Thank you.
fan of like the Jim Carrey movie. Honestly, it's just
Mm.
kind of
new Grinch,
weird.
I seen some of the new Grinch movie that came out, and I was
I
just
didn't see
like,
that. The Benedict Cumberbatch one. I didn't see
yeah,
that.
I
I
saw
didn't
it.
plan on seeing it.
I saw it. I think it was last year, and I was just like, this isn't the Grinch. Like this is all cartoon. This is like a cartoon, like movie that's like looks like nowadays
I've
movies.
heard. I've heard he acts more like Gru from Despicable Me more than the Grinch.
The girls,
Yeah.
girls,
I sit on the toilet. What?
the girls.
Oh, by the way, Bora,
That's literally the only Gru line I could think of. Just girls.
we should definitely do a reaction to Home Alone 2 if we could find it.
Oh yeah.
The movie's
Yeah,
on
I'll
Disney
probably-
Plus.
I'll
think the first
probably
two-
watch the
the first
Grinch
two-
as well.
The first two movies are on Disney Plus, I think.
Yeah, like Home Alone 2. It's like one of my favorite Christmas movies of all time.
I think the only Christmas movies that I can think of that I tend to watch every year are again Home Alone 2, maybe The Grinch if I'm ever in the mood, and that's
Also-
if I'm in the mood to watch something like The Grinch.
Yeah,
Gremlins,
the Grinch, that's
I try.
me.
Gremlins, I fucking love that movie. That is a Christmas movie. Die Hard, that is also a Christmas movie. And
There's another
at least maybe Christmas
movie.
Story.
There's another Christmas movie that is one of my top favorites.
Oh, Christmas Vacation. How can I forget that?
Yes,
That's
I
a
love that
classic.
one.
That's
I
a
was
classic.
about to say that. I was just about to say that. Christmas Vacation is one of my top favorite Christmas movies. of all time.
on fire, Clark? No, those are Christmas lights.
Also, another one. Elf.
Yes, Elf.
Yes.
You can't make me hate Elf.
Mm-hmm.
I remember someone in high school. We were watching it during class. He said Elf's kind of overrated, and I was like,
Well,
"The fuck? Did this fool actually say that?"
It's whole that was a wholesome movie.
I'm touching the wall for that one. Like, seriously?
That's for the Grinch,
Oh,
guilty
man.
pleasure. For me, it's a guilty
What about-
pleasure.
What about those? What about those Hallmark Christmas movies?
Mm.
I've seen so many posters of like all these Hallmark movies, and I'm just like, oh, I already know what this one's about. I already know what this is about. Oh, they're doing this for a Christmas movie? This is so stupid.
Yeah. But yeah, watching Christmas movies is actually, I don't know, watching Christmas movies is more fun than actually watching regular movies. That's just me.
Yes and no. In some ways, watching regular movies, especially like movies that actually really are exciting, like maybe like an MCU movie, those are like always exciting no matter what, with the
And
few
Star Wars
exceptions.
movies. And Star Wars movies, of course.
You can watch it any day of the year.
I haven't rewatched any MCU movie in a while. Because like normally I just wait until like the new ones come out, which last one being Eternals, which was not that fucking good. But I'm probably gonna rewatch Spider-Man: Far From Home, or at least like all the Spider-Man movies to get prepared for No Way Home next month.
The MCU Spider-Man movies they are gonna come to Disney Plus, as I've heard.
Yeah, I've heard, and I think Venom. They said that the Venom movies would come to Netflix because I think they had a deal with Sony.
Oh God, Sony.
I thought it was Amazon that they made a deal.
No, it was Netflix they made a deal with. Because I think Sony, in some ways, they have some licensing rights to Netflix. In some ways, I could be wrong on that.
I'm not a big fan of Netflix because yes, they have good movies, but it's just
Netflix. Okay, here's the thing: Netflix has better shows than movies.
Yeah,
I
can agree with that.
But they do have a good selection of movies. Well, not Netflix original movies, just like movies in general. They do have, technically, a good selection of movies. They recently added 21 Jump Street on Netflix. So I'm just like, fucking finally, I've been
I
wanting to
remember.
watch that
I
since
remember.
I watched
I
it
remember.
years.
I remember Netflix had like cards. They sell cards.
Yeah,
That's
yeah. There were times
House of Cards.
House of Cards. Thank you. That was a good show.
that's a Netflix original.
Yeah. That's a good show. Which
The last Netflix show I watched was actually the Cowboy Bebop show. I just finished that last night, and why'd they do this to Bebop? Just why? I mean, you got good actors. You got John Cho as Spike Spiegel. You got Yoko Kanno and the Seatbelts doing the soundtrack just like the anime. You got them redoing the opening intro to the anime, but with the live action actors. Why does it have to end up like this? Just why? Why do all live action adaptations of anime or video games suck so bad? I mean, because like I think Cowboy Bebop is better than like adaptations like Death Note or Dragon Ball or hell even Last Airbender. Because at least because Cowboy Bebop at least has some good in it. But like obviously, if you're adapting like a 26 episode series, that's one of the most critically
Ghost in the
acclaimed.
Shell.
One of them. And
I just thought of another one. Ghost in the Shell.
Oh, I haven't seen that one. And it's like if you're adapting like one of the most beloved anime of all time, like Cowboy Bebop, you better fucking do that right. Because like because the Cowboy Bebop show on Netflix has some good in it. Like the acting's really good. It's got some decent action. You know, its humor can sometimes feel like the anime, and the music again. You got Yoko Kanno and the Seatbelts doing the soundtrack just like the anime, not getting some composer like Hans Zimmer or something like that. But everything else, it just feels incredibly rushed. Because I've said this before. I feel like what they did is that they probably did a Google search about like the most popular Cowboy Bebop episodes, and they just decided to adapt that within like 10 episodes. And obviously, they're trying to set up a second season, which it might happen, seeing as how Cowboy Bebop is right now number one trending on Netflix, surpassing shows like Squid Game and Arcane. But at the same time, a lot of people were pretty mad about this. You think you're going to want to continue? I mean, I would like to see a continuation because it's Bebop. At the same time, you fucked up already. But again, this isn't like Death Note or Last Airbender or Dragon Ball, which are all bad. Because at least Bebop has some good in it.
now, I don't know. No, I don't remember this. I don't know if this is a Netflix original, but the TV said 24 hours. Have you guys heard this at 24 hours?
I've heard of it.
I've heard of 24.
Yeah, 24.
I think that was the show on Fox. I think that was the one with Kiefer Sutherland.
Uh-huh.
I thought it was on Netflix, but yeah,
I think maybe it may have been on Netflix, but only.
Well, it's available on Hulu.
Yeah, at least because I think Fox technically also owns Hulu. Same with like, what else? What else do they own? I think they also own NBC. Excuse me, NBC and like FX and all that stuff.
I mean, with 24, I've seen like some episodes when it was like on the TV, and I think it's a show that you like. You know, it's an interesting story. You know, so
I've heard it's really good. I mean, someone asked me if I watched Dexter, and I'm like, no, I haven't seen it. I've been spoiled by it because of its ending, which I'm just like, if I've been spoiled by the ending, then what's the point of watching it now?
I mean, endings can hurt. What's the right word? Hurt, or it can win or hurt the movie. I mean, endings are the most important thing. But yeah, 24 is. I think it's a show you'll like. Interesting story.
I mean, that's kind of how some people feel about the Attack on Titan ending with its manga. But here's the thing. I didn't think Attack on Titan's ending wasn't that bad. I think it was just okay. I mean, yes, I don't think it's a great ending. It's not the ending that I wanted, but it's not as bad as people say, because I think there's like some good in it. Because the manga ending for Attack on Titan, there's things I like, things I don't like, things I would personally change, and just things that I would remove. But like in the end, I didn't think it doesn't ruin my love for Attack on Titan as a whole, because people also should also remember like the built up that it had, like the amount of like high energy that it had until it got to that ending.
Yeah. I just got an idea for a topic on your show, bro, for this Saturday. Maybe I could talk about the top Christmas movies you have to see this Christmas or something.
Mm-hmm. Not a bad idea.
Because, our favorite movies, Christmas Vacation, Elf, Home Alone. For those who haven't seen those movies, they're under a rock.
Everyone has at least seen those movies in some form of capacity.
Yeah.
But then there's someone like me who's actually never watched Nightmare Before Christmas, and I'm not happy about that.
I mean, we could probably simply do like a reaction video about it or something like that.
Maybe.
But yeah, Night Before Christmas, like that. Yeah, is that the one like the train with the train, or is that another movie I'm thinking? Oh, the Polar Express.
That's Polar Express. I'm about to say
that's Polar
Nightmare
Express.
for Christmas. That's Nightmare for Christmas. That's the one where it's a mixture between Christmas and Halloween.
Yeah, that's it. But the Polar Express, oh my god, like
that was a great movie.
That's like
again, I don't get why people hate that one. I don't get it.
Probably because some people think it's boring.
How?
Or also probably because they don't like the motion capture animation, which I'm not a fan of. I don't think motion capture in animation tends to look good.
But about that movie, it's like the perfect Christmas movie, Like everything about that movie, this is great. Like, and at the end with the bell, just that was a twisty ending, I think. Like this is so many unexpected things happen in that movie. And there's, some movies out there that say leave out the mystery. Don't think about what happened or what if happened, But yeah, I just I love Christmas movies. The classics, and I'm gonna put it so much. Besides the new Home Alone movie, I'm gonna see what other Christmas movies are coming up. But I think that's all the Christmas movies. But what is some of your favorite, movies as for the holidays? Oh wait, he's on.
Well, favorite holidays.
Oh, Jeremy had to go. I think I don't know what happened on his end.
No, I think it's How to Call It a Night, which
wait,
it's understandable. Oh,
yeah, there we go. Sorry, connection
You're
problems.
Fine. What were you saying about your favorite Christmas movies or holiday movies in general?
For me, favorite Christmas movies. Well, Elf, the Home Alone movies, Christmas Vacation.
The first two.
Yeah.
And the Grinch as well. Guilty pleasure of mine.
Mm-hmm.
And well, Gremlins as well.
Yeah, Gremlins is classic.
Indeed.
And to an extent, Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yes. Like these. What about have you seen the Mickey Mouse Christmas music movies?
I
No,
think
no.
I think I did. Is it the one where it's like 3 segments where it tells like a Christmas, it's like some Christmas story that's been sharing with one of the Disney characters.
Yeah.
I think I had seen that one.
They're good movies. Try. Now I forgot the name. I gotta check this out. Mickey Mouse Christmas. All right. Oh, Once Upon a Christmas.
What's that?
It's a Mickey version of Once Upon a Christmas. There's I think there's 2 of them.
I think another one I watch is Muppets Christmas Carol.
Yes,
Mhm.
I love that one. We're Marley and Marley.
Since we're in the Christmas topic, what are your plans for Christmas?
Same as any plans. Just get together with the family and family dinners and all that. Nothing really much. We don't really go anywhere for Christmas.
Especially with the traveling issues right now. What about you, bro?
I'm not sure.
Yeah. But I think it's time to end this episode.
Yeah,
Ben,
I'm feeling a little tired.
and
Yeah,
Ben,
no, and I'm hungry.
Jeremy would like to talk about your social medias.
You gotta find me. Ooh, I'm not giving my social medias away. Ooh, you gotta find that. Ooh.
That's funny.
Just search up my name. Just search up my name on social media.
Have fun spelunking.
Yes.
I'm gonna eat and watch Hawkeye.
And if Ben and Mike, if you're watching this, I hope you two feel better. I mean, I know Ben told me he fell asleep, but I think he's tired and.
Thankfully, we don't have to hear Ben read a boring ass Dr. Seuss book, or else I would have lost my sanity.
But wait until this Saturday. But that's going for this episode of Chilling3000 Hangouts. Another episode will be this upcoming Friday, hopefully. And have a happy Thanksgiving.
Happy